Honestly, making this was the most fun I've ever had in my life. The whole time I was just worried that I had made a terrible film. Your footage is a big slab of marble. In there's my movie in there somewhere. I just got to figure out what it is. Hi, I'm Alex Brooks.
And I'm Cleo Selander.
And we're here to talk about the making of my short film, Big Take.
So post-production, I'm curious, in your other short films that you worked on with no budget, were you also editing those, or was this your first stab at editing?
That was kind of my background. One of my favorite editors, his name's Paul Hirsch. He edited the original Star Wars, the first two Star Wars films, Mission Impossible. He's a legend. And I heard him talk about it one time, and he made a really good point, is obviously with film, there's a lot of other art forms mixed into it. Photography, you have performance, you have everything from costume design, set design, and all that stuff, painters, writers, everything. Mm-hmm. The one part of it that the medium of film created was editing. Before film, there was never video editing or film editing or something like that. So editing motion pictures is, to me, the foundation of this medium. Figuring out what images you're going to tell this story with and how they connect and how that, what meaning that creates, that's the job of a director. So my philosophy is when you sit down in post-production, the script that you wrote, bye-bye.
Interesting.
All those preconceived notions, your storyboards, bye-bye.
And
what you
got,
what you got is your footage. That's your movie. The way I look at it is your footage is a big slab of marble. And you got to look at it and you go, okay, in there's a statue. You know what I mean? In there's my movie in there somewhere. I just got to figure out what it is. So when you start chiseling away at your footage and you start massaging it down and chiseling it down, you start to get a feel for the rhythm. And even though it's tedious and you have to watch it over and over and over and over again, you just have to keep experimenting. You have to discover your movie. To me, that's what editing is about. It's about experimentation and it's about discovery.
So then did you hire a composer or someone for Foley or sound design?
I recorded a lot of the Foley myself. I took literally the piece of cardboard that John Scott slides on in the beginning. I had kept that and I bent it in kind of like a semicircle. And then I took blankets and stuff like that and threw it over the top to kind of muffle the sound or deaden the sound, kind of have it be like a little studio. And then I rented a microphone and a stand and then kind of had it coming down into this little recording studio that I made. Mm-hmm. I would have to do it at night because it was during the summer because I couldn't have my air conditioning on because that would mess up the sound. So I'd be sweating in my apartment with like the leather jacket on that John Scott is wearing or a hoodie on, or I'd have a pack of cigarettes or I'd have a Zippo and I would reenact what was happening on screen. It really took weeks to find the right sounds for each movement. Because I was hand placing everything. Because again, we didn't record any sound on set. And again, a lot of the times when I would reenact whatever was happening, it just didn't sound right. For example, when John Scott first gets into the laundry room, he like runs and he slides on the cardboard. I had this sound in my head, but I just didn't know what that sound was. And so I was like, okay, obviously the first thing you look up is like sliding on cardboard. And that just wasn't it. It just clicked one day. I was like, it's a broom. It's like a broom bristle. It's the shh. That's the noise that I wanted. Another example would be the lighter pop when John Scott, when it reveals his watches. And I was like, I want it to sound like a sword being drawn. Like a shing. One of the sounds that's in that is that kind of hum after it comes out, the shing. And it kind of lingers in the air. Almost like, when like you have a wine glass and you kind of rub the top of it and it shing. And it kind of, so I added that in there. Nice. And then you start to break down other parts of the sound. So you go, okay, well now it's missing more of like a punch. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, where is that sound coming from? And it's after he pops it, his fingers grab the bottom part of the case of the Zippo. It's like, okay, that's where the punch is going to be coming from. And I was like, okay, what is that sound? Like, what is the sound in my head that I have? It's the sound of like a textbook closing. It's not just one sound. Like I said, it's not like you record it and that's it. Mm-hmm. You got to think about and break down each individual part of that sound, and then it's a collection of multiple sounds at the end of it. And even after that, there was tons of other stuff that needed to be done. And that's when I decided I need help. And I brought in my sound designer, Alex, who came in and just completely saved the day, honestly. I had put a lot of work in with the sound design, but he came in and just took it to the finish line. You know what I mean? Like added in all the little details and then refined everything that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously he killed it. And then with the mix as well, just balancing all of that, he did an amazing job. So I have to give a lot of credit to him for the sound. To me, it's a big part of the movie because it's a silent movie. I couldn't rely on just having really crisp dialogue. There was so much else happening in the story.
Well, that leads me to my next question. What was your plan with the short if you weren't making it as a proof of concept? Were you planning on taking it to festivals?
That was the plan, and I made it for the big screen. I made it expecting it to be shown eventually in a theater with a live audience at a film festival. The journey of making a film is obviously a huge part of it, but at the end of the day, I'm making it for other people to enjoy.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing that I wanted is just get it out there, but to watch it with a live audience. I sent it out to a handful of places. Unfortunately, I didn't get into any of them. So obviously that was disappointing. But at a certain point, you just had to say, I think this is done. I think I need to let this go and move on. So that's when I decided to just put it on YouTube.
And how has that reaction been to see everyone so enthralled with the film and getting all that feedback?
Well, I wasn't expecting any reaction at all. On my YouTube, I think I had 300 subscribers on my YouTube page before I put this on there, which I thought was a lot. Cinematographer Theo, he said, when you post this, put 16 millimeter short film in the title.
Smart.
For the algorithm. I was like, okay. So I did that, threw it up there and was kind of just like, all right, time to work on my next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go check on it every now and then, and it started to kind of get some views. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And people started to leave comments and stuff like that, and they really liked it. And I ended up getting the reaction that I wanted, even though it wasn't from film festivals. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, maybe it was always kind of destined to be on YouTube anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been really fun getting a reaction. And I mean, everything from just reading the comments and stuff like that. Somebody made a letterbox page for it. So
cool.
I go on there and read the reviews on there.
That's really
I've gotten a couple people message me and they've remade it.
What?
And there are a couple kids in India who literally remade it.
No
I had
way.
a kid recently DM me on Instagram from France asking if he could remake it. My favorite part though is when people reach out to me and they're young filmmakers or something like that. And they say like, I just got done watching your short. It was great. Like it's inspired me to go on and do my own stuff. And not to sound, super profound or anything like that. But when I watch a good movie, that's how I feel. When I get home from the theater, I feel super inspired and I want to sit down and I want to start working on stuff right away. So to hear that this short that I didn't think anybody would care about is now leading to people wanting to sit down and get to work, it's the most rewarding thing I could think of.
So do you have anything coming up? Are you in the process of writing something new or?
I'm working on another short right now. It's called Bad Spot, about a thief who gets caught stealing somebody a birthday present. So it's essentially, I wanted to take everything that worked about Big Take and improve on it and expand on it. And then everything that I felt didn't work that well and fix it.
Very cool. Well, I'm sure people are on the edge of their seat.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Well, great interview, Alex.
Thanks for, I guess not thanks for having me. I guess this is my YouTube channel. So thank you for being here, for asking me these questions.
You're welcome. Yeah, this has been great. And hopefully we have more to talk about as projects continue.
Yeah.